to round 6. This is the final round of your tournament. You guys have 30 minutes plus 3 turns to complete your match, and you may begin.
All right.
Just so that you're aware, those sleeves, once we get to top cut, will have to be changed.
All right.
They are not legal Pokemon sleeves.
The undersleeves or the oversleeves? Like the actual sleeves or the?
Oh, are they Pokemon?
Yeah, they are. I bought them at the Pokemon Center, so
it looks.
I hope so.
No, they look good. Then I'm sorry.
Okay.
They look.
I was gonna say, do you not like Pikachu riding a surfboard?
I love it. It's just, it looked like a different anime
Oh, okay,
as
yeah.
was handling it.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
No, the oversleeves are fine.
Yeah, I was like, because in Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves from Japan, even though they're Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, we don't. I don't care.
Okay,
If it has Pokemon on it, I'm fine. It didn't look like it had Pokemon.
Okay, beautiful. I'm like, oh boy. All right. Good old 6 prize
Hold on,
cards.
who is Kai again?
This guy. I'm calling.
I think we're good, actually.
Are we good? Okay. Good luck.
Good luck.
Thanks. I'll draw for turn. Place a float stone. Ultra ball. Do. What's in the prizes? Okay. Such an inventive play, Tapu Lele, legit. See, this is why I'm playing with this map. This is so small. What am I doing? Routes. Yeah, it's really small. I don't like this map at all. But it's okay. It's what you have to deal with, I guess. Routes, Diancie. Yes, sir. That's what we live for, man. Baxter? Yep. What's good? Both Lele's on board immediately. No, but okay, so the guy I was playing last round, actually, he was, I don't know, it's like, he didn't know, but apparently when he was playing my buddy, you know, Justin, right? So he was playing Justin, the 60 to every Pokemon with abilities, he wasn't hitting his own Lele's and Volcanion.
Oh, yeah, it's everything.
Yeah. So he actually should have knocked himself out twice, which would have given Justin the game, so, yeah. A little awkward there, but... Well, he noticed it afterwards, but... What are you going to do, like... Sure. Yeah, it's like, what are you supposed to do in the face of... I don't know, just, it is what it is, I guess. But it is just unfortunate, because then Justin would have been 4-0. Would have probably... He could be 5-0 right now, like, I don't know. If it was a regionals, I think he probably would have said something. But since it's a League Cup, there's like 5 of these we're going to go to in the next month and a half. Yeah, right? Oh, you're left-handed.
Yep.
Okay, my bad. I'll remember that.
Yeah, 1 time 2 fire, or 50 for this card, you take 2 fire. Or for 2 fire, this card only enters the Pokemon TCG. 200 HP, switch cost.
Let's play number 1. Energy drive for 60.
Sure.
Just switch base for 1.
Careful. Drop return. Evolve from hand. Choice band. Perfect signal. Would you like the fist bump? For the stream. The only reason is
That was actually supposed to be a high five. I think the shame was supposed to be a fist bump.
we're changing it up. We don't play by the rules. Ultra Ball. Dump Skyla. And
I sort of remember.
Do you want to put that here, or is it easier for you there? Alright. I actually didn't know you had it up, so it's good for me to know that, because then I can keep track of it myself. Three right now? Okay, yeah. That's fine. Change it to 4. Ability, manual, sparkling wish. Sorry about the awkward sleeves. Kind of annoying to cut and stuff. Yeah. It's also my opinion on sleeves. Some people get really into it. They're like, I can't stand these certain kinds of sleeves. Yeah, sure. Oh, geez. Sure. May I see this card? Dang, supporter after supporter. I'm sorry. Not so bad, I guess. Could be worse. Yeah. I wonder whose Burger King this is. That's fine. Sure. That's awkward. But
And
what we need to do.
energy drive for the knockout.
Hi, Diancie. Oh no. So we're just gonna end right away. So we're just gonna end because I have no other cards to play. I hate when it's like I have one card in hand and it's an end, but you have one card in hand. What do I do?
It's just an unfortunate end.
Yeah, it's an awkward situation. Had to do that earlier today, but it worked out just fine because it was like a turn where it's like I have game now if I draw the right stuff type of deal. So. All right. Field blower. Let's see. We will. Ability. Infinity Force for knockout? Yeah. Okay. Sure. Nice. Okay.
First impression for 1 point.
Yeah. Drop the turn.
So you discard one.
Go for it. Manual. Cards in hand, 2. One more item.
Why are you gonna what rate are you normally? I'm normally in Stop right there. Hey, how about? Oh my.
2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Then 34. Yeah. Let's see what you got. Nice.
We don't take that. You have high deck, right? Nothing's wrong with any of our decks.
Nothing's wrong with your deck, man. Your deck's your deck, man. I was praying no Guzman there, so that was actually good for both of us. You get a perfect Sycamore, I get my Gardevoir. Oh, that's why. 3 Guzman this card. So it's done? Into what? Sure.
Flying flip.
All the dice. Are you serious? Are you sure?
Every single one.
I like the attack, but I hate having to put all these dice everywhere. It's so annoying. And then they like fly everywhere. Get it? Because it's flying flip. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright. I know. It's awful.
Right hand's best. No offense allowed. I haven't seen one. Not tables matter. What you don't use There's not so many ways to count this. There's only one thing that gets the ability, and there's also
That's your turn.
there is nobody plays a Lollimuck, and nobody's gonna play
Kuzma, that, and then I'll send out the Remoraid, and then just free retreat back into this. Okay. And then Infinity Force for knockout.
Your mom. Because people are playing right on the not even legal or standing.
Sure. Yeah. For golf. Yeah. Treat.
Crossing cut GX for 150.
Yeah. Let's get the dice. So 3 and 2 makes 5. Yeah, so is that 20, 100, 170? Okay, yeah, I was just making sure I did the math right.
No, you had it.
Oh, I did? Okay, oh, yeah. All right, cool. So, drop return.
The only thing I need to know crossing the chameleon line.
I've seen people do that.
It is irrelevant.
Look at the other side. Try to
my take 5 bar.
I play a stadium
I think having no Guzmas was a disadvantage to you, but
it is what it is.
yeah. No, I'm saying it would have been a more fair match if you hadn't just. Because sometimes, because this matchup tends to be actually really equal. It's a good matchup for me just because it's not, an unfair matchup for me. But at the same time, it's not, an auto win for me. So, which I like. That's what's fun about this deck is since these two decks are the most popular, this and the mirror match are actually very, very skill intensive. And I had to face this twice and Gardevoir once, so I just got a lot of good practice. The only decks I lost to were that Weevil deck, and I got Donked turn for round 1. So I think if I hadn't got Donked round 1, I probably would be 5-1. But it's just good to know that with a good deck in my hands, I can actually do good. Because up to this point, I've done 1 regional, 1 League Cup. I won the League Cup, but it was expanded with Dark-Eye Dragons, and there were only 20 players, so it wasn't a serious tournament. So I'm and I've been in this game for 13 years. I've been semi-competitive since Heart Gold Soul Silver. The only competitive, so to speak, deck that I've had is a Plasma deck that didn't even have Lugia and only had 1 Deoxys, so not optimal. And so I'm am I a good player? I don't know. I have to get everything that you need, spend the money. So it's kind of a risk. I'm going to buy 2 Lele's for 40 apiece. I'm going to buy my Gardevoirs for 15s, see how it goes, and it's turned out pretty well. I've only lost once at locals with this out of 4 weeks of 4 rounds, so it's.
Well, that's the first time. That's the first time I've actually used this deck.
Yeah, you were doing it you were playing it really well. So it's harder to play than this deck, in my opinion, because you have to meet way more conditions.
Yep.
Because I have that deck too, and I was gonna play it today, but I was I'm more comfortable with this. I'll play this, and because I don't know, I was testing that, and I was doing fine with it. It's just so difficult to get your conditions met.
Well, this round it was just kind of a matter of I needed to get your other Gardevoir down. I didn't have a way to do it.
Yeah.
And you happened to you happened to get the Guzmas all in hand and that.
Yeah, I had those in hand for 3 turns. I was surprised you didn't end me to 2.
Didn't have any ends.
Because I whiffed the Octillery, and so I was if he ends me, I'm actually in a tough spot. Plus no abilities.
If I'd had the end, it would have happened, but I didn't have it. So.
Yeah. It's okay, man. It is what it is. That's what happened to me round 1 when I got Donked. I opened up with 3 Fairy Energy, a DCE, a Field Blower, and a Rescue Stretcher with a Remoraid at start. And then my first draw was a DCE, and then he couldn't hit me. My second draw, I'm like, be something. It was just another fairy energy, so he won. But yeah, it happens a lot with this deck. With that deck, you have so many basics. Is there any like heavy balls or anything? I took the one heavy ball, but I don't know. It depends on your build, because I run 2 of the Garbotoxin and 2 of the Trash Lynch, and then I run 3 Goliosopod. So you actually have, and then your wind pods all have 3 retreat. So you actually have like a ton of targets for heavy ball.
Yeah, but like this isn't even my build. I just I changed 1 card off of what's the face someone PC's build. So it's like it's not even mine. Just I swapped one rainbow out for 1 more grass because I'm just like the chances of me actually attacking with Gardevoir are pretty low.
Right.
And they continued. I didn't attack once with it actually, all day. 6 games.
Yeah.
Not once.
Sometimes it like never happens. It's kind of awkward. Like, just I don't know. I mean, I had enough items that you could do like a decent amount, but then you're like, I'm hitting for like 100 against like a Gardevoir, can't even 2-shot because I got a choice band. It's like kind of weird sometimes. It's good against like Ho-Oh because most builds run like 3 or 4 max elixirs.
I didn't. The thing is like the Ho-Oh I played, he only played 4 items down, and it was still tight. But like when you're having to attack with something other than Goliosopod, it gets rough.
Yeah, I agree. I've actually seen people when they're playing against a fire deck with Goliosopod Garb, they'll actually power up the Garbador's second attack and the choice band, and it hits for like 120, so you at least stand a chance. But it's just tough to do.
No, it's just not worth it.
No, it's
You're
not.
better off of like trying to hit with Koko.
Yeah, you're better off Koko spreading early so that you're at least maybe you can like sneak a GX attack knockout with the
Well,
Goliosopod,
with the
bring
rainbow,
it back.
you can possibly use its second attack, which is a 1-shot on a Ho-Oh.
The Koko? Oh yeah. Oh my god, actually, I did that in testing yesterday against the Solgaleo. It didn't get me anywhere, but I actually was able to do that because my hand was like all energy and then like the Koko and then Trubbish on the bench. And I was like, wait, I have 2 rainbows in hand. I can actually like I knocked something out. I'm like, okay, and then it actually got me back in the game. I ended up losing anyway. But like I was like, dang, that's kinda cool. Like I had no idea I could use this thing's second attack. Because yeah, it's what, 70?
No, it's like 100.
Oh yeah, okay, then that's even without the choice band, that's not good.
Yeah, it's straight up. It's dead. But, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the standard format at all. Like,
It's okay. Like it's more challenging, but it's not as I wouldn't say it's not as fun. But it depends on what your favorites are. If your favorites are an expanded format, of course you're gonna prefer that. I'm an old school kind of guy, so I do like expanded a lot, but I like the challenge of standard, especially right now that the Seeker's gone. This is the first time I've ever played without the Seeker. So it's interesting.
very slow and more luck based. Because like 2 of my games, like this one I didn't really set up right. The first game I lost, I had 2 win pods prized, so it's like
It is the problem with this format is that dead draws happen more.
yeah.
They need to give us a little bit better drop support, or at least search support would be nice. Like I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're winning with lucky or anything like that. I'm just saying like it's,
No, I didn't take it that way at all. I agree with you because all day it's been kind of like, oh, he whiffed that, I win now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where it used to be, you know, oh, his deck is built better, or has like a better matchup, or he made the plays.
It's like it used to be. There's like a 75% chance you are going to get set up every game, and your opponent is too. So if you're banking on beating your opponent, you better be banking on beating your deck.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You better be banking on like thinking your plays through once or twice. You know, now it's like I know what I'm doing because everything is so simplified. Like you're like, Guzma, I know how to use that card. It's not that hard. I actually prefer Guzma to Lysander. It makes you work a little more for that like swipe knockout because with Lysander it was just effortless. It didn't feel right. Better than Pokemon Catcher. Pokemon Catcher was cancer. You remember that, right?
I've only been playing it.
Oh, okay. So Pokemon Catcher.
Like the old Pokemon Catcher, yeah, I know. I didn't have to flip.
Yeah, so it was from Plasma. It was in Plasma Blast as a secret, but before that, I think it was in like Plasma era. I think Plasma Shield or something. But yeah, it was just take one out without the flip.
Straight up.
Just garbage.
Yeah, it's too powerful.
That's why I'm worried about the new one coming out, Counter Catcher, where it's if you have more prizes than your opponent, you just get to take one. It's like, ow. I mean, I guess you have to be losing, but sometimes you're not really losing when you have one more prize than your opponent.
You can just as easily like you're like playing Electro. I tend to
Yeah. Or like, let's say I have my Diancie, and it's like, oh yeah, I don't care if he knocks that out, like it's whatever. And then I'll just catcher you, bring up my Gardevoir. It's all good for me. Like, I don't know. People are going to be that's like the problem. I think this format, it's fun, but like it's always like that attrition where like I don't want to play anything. Like especially the Gardevoir mirror match. No one attaches energy. It's like you attach energy, but you're like, oh shit. This one? No. Which one?
The Gardevoir mirror match, I just tried for overwhelming force. I'm going to kill your Gardevoir first. And yeah, you might return it, but let's see whose Gardevoir dies first.
Yeah, Gardevoir mirror match, you have to score the first knockout. What I've done that's worked well, actually, it won me the rematch twice today, was I bring up the Glade, hit for 130 with the Glade, or 160 if I have a choice. Then they're like, do I hit his Gardevoir on bench and then get hit by the Glade? Or do I hit the Glade and then get knocked out by the Gardevoir? They have no choice. So, and then like actually what happened one time was I did that, so he was going to get return knocked out anyway, but then he actually whiffed the energy to even knock out the Glade. But that's the problem is, like everyone's whiffing everything because there's just nothing like to play anymore. Like VS Seeker out, yeah, it's kind of nice that you can't just like late game top a VS Seeker off of an end of one, but still.
This makes the supporter counts too thick, and I'm not a fan of that. It's like
because then you end into like you end into like a Guzma, an Ace Rolla, and a second one. It's like, okay, sure, thanks.
Well, and there should be better. You should be able to tech more. Right now, you can't tech almost anything.
No.
I don't like that.
Teching makes diversity too, so.
Because I mean, basically, it is what it is. That's okay. So, yeah, turn out tomorrow. You expanded.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for that on time. It's okay. I got a job interview in Duluth tomorrow at like 2 o'clock. So. Do you have trades or?
Huh? I got some outside, but not really anything. Probably anything. Like all my cards that I bring are competitive play cards, so I don't really collect.
Do you have any like only new stuff I'm looking for is competitive Pokemon play energy, like the Ash ones?
Oh, like the reverse hollow ones?
They're the black and white series ones. So I don't know if you have those. So I should probably bring this up so it needs to be.
Yep. Congrats, man.
Thanks, man.
Good luck.
Thank you. Well, it's over now. I don't know. I might top, but I don't know. It's a tough one when you're 14. So yeah. We'll see. But thank you.